And just like every other time, we are back. My name's Charbel Milan. Today we got,
Des Howard.
and this is a time shared. So, Des, just to get you up to speed, just like everyone else, this is a time shared, the One Noise podcast that's out here trying to bring light to people like you. People who are kicking ass, doing it differently, getting outside of the system, making a way for themselves, and striving for success. So, before we get going, if you just want to get everybody up to speed on who you are, what you do, and just everything we should know about you, and then we'll
Okay.
get going.
So for a lot of people that don't know me, my name is Des Howard. Pretty much, I do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But for a full-on entrepreneur for sure. I graduated 2017, so that's almost 4 years ago because it's almost 2021.
Jesus.
Right? Time flies, right? They warned us that when we graduated high school.
They weren't
But
kidding.
pretty much, I was a football player. I was an athlete. I went to college to play football. That was the dream. Everybody. I ain't gonna say that was the dream because I feel like I still can go back and play. But a lot of people, and like in my culture, a lot of people, that's what they have to do to make it out. If they want to go to college or whatever. And I honestly, truthfully, didn't like college. So I had my first job my senior year. I work at Kroger, right? And I was pushing these. It's called courtesy clerk, and I was pushing the baskets. And and one day I was just sitting there in the hot sun. I was like, man, I don't like this. And one day my boss, I ain't gonna say my boss, my manager, he told me to go push baskets in the rain. After I had just like pushed all the baskets before it rained.
Wait. You mean like the shopping carts?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
The shopping carts in the rain. At this time I didn't know what a poncho was, but he was like, go put on a poncho. And I was like, you can't be talking to me. Yeah, I really just told him like you can't be talking to me. And it was like three other courtesy clerks. So I honestly ended up just leaving, and that was my start of my entrepreneur journey because it was just like what was so ironic. It was raining, and when I got back to my house, I lived like 2 minutes away from it, right, and it stopped raining as soon as I made it home.
So it was almost like a sign for you to just get out of there.
just stop working, right? So truth be told, I went back. No, I went to school, played football. I went to a JUCO because I didn't have the grades right off the rip. I got a couple of offers right out of high school for football. I also played basketball too. So I went to school. Me and Will, it's crazy. It's crazy. Me and Will, we were he had just started e-commerce, and we've been boys for a minute. We played on the same basketball team, back in high school. And he had started e-commerce, and I came back on break, and we was just kind of, pretty much just chopping it up. Like, okay, hey, bro, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna grow it. I'm like, hey, bro, listen, I got, we get stipend checks as college athletes, and one of my stipend checks, I really just saved it because I was in Kansas. For any advice, like, no one, don't go to Kansas.
Wait. So that's like money to eat?
Yeah, it's
Like
like
that's compensating you for not being able to have a job as a full-time student.
exactly, but you only get it like they give you a big check on one semester. No,
Oh, so you're
at
talking.
my school.
Oh, so you'd get like 2, 3 bands, and you got to make that last you 4 months.
Yeah, for the whole semester. Yeah, basically. Right. And it's
Damn.
kind of, I thought it was like slavery, but that's just like each school is different. Like NCAA rules are different. The boosters typically, pay people for the stipend checks or whatever. But I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it is what it is. I don't
Hey,
play
man.
football
Yeah,
anymore.
fuck them.
But so I was like, bro, I got $500 left, man. I was just like, listen, I know I'm coming home for the summer. I was like, my family owns a moving company, whatever. I was like, I'm putting it all into e-commerce. We're going to do this thing. And when I started, I didn't even have a computer.
Damn.
It's crazy. So what I used to do was drive to the library every single day just to use the computer. And I got into e-commerce, man, and I lost $450 before I made a dime.
Wait a minute. Wait. Why? Like, was it like
It was in the beginning.
just why that number though? Because like you had 500, and so you lost like 95% off rip.
Off rip. Like
Jeez.
it was a loss in my eyes, but like now looking back at it, it was more so of an investment and just kind of learning. It was the learning process, because we was new. At the time, Will was new. I was literally his first student. I don't think a lot of people know that. I was literally Will's probably first.
You told me
student.
that. I know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
a lot
that's
of people-
verified information.
A lot of people don't know that, but I was literally his first student, and it's actually kind of crazy. So we were new. Like I'll be asking a question, we would be kind of figuring it out together, right? But Will was kind of a little bit more advanced because he had a little more time on me, and in the game. But like I said, I lost 450, and then like one day I made all of my money back in that day. July 1st, when the hands-free law passed, with the phone holder, you had to have a phone holder in Georgia. So pretty much I sold the phone holder online for like
Oh,
20.
like the thing that goes like was it like on the windshield or did
Yeah,
it go
yeah.
in the AC?
Either or. I
Oh,
had
so
both.
okay, so wait a minute. Just for anybody who's wondering, you were doing drop shipping or like what kind of e-commerce?
I was drop shipping through Shopify.
Oh, so you were just listing hella products.
Yeah, I was listening to hella products.
And that was the category of product that ended up taking off.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that
Because
makes-
that's the one. Honestly, to be honest, for anybody who's looking at drop shipping, really research. I did my research on it. And what was happening was I was just trying to catch a lot of trends. Like I made a little money here and there selling some old trending products, but it honestly didn't work out for me until I did my actual research. I made all my money back in one day, and then every day from there was profit or it was breaking even, and then I was started making profit, and then from there, one of my other friends pretty much started joining us as well. He just got lucky. His first like 7 days, he found a winner, and he made I think about 10 or 15 bands like at his first like 2 months.
Revenue or profit?
I think it was revenue. Profit. I have no clue. You had to ask him.
If you don't mind me asking, what product?
It was probably a dad hat. It was a dad hat because somebody had just died. I don't know who had just died. Was it No, it wasn't Takashi. I'm tweaking. It was XX
Fuck yeah.
what's his name? How you say his name?
Tentacion?
How you say his name?
XXX Tentacion?
Yeah, that name. It was XX or something like that. He made a lot of money from that. And this Mac Miller was the one I used too when he died. I mean, granted, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, so you were making custom hats with their name on it?
So pretty much AliExpress they have hats with that person's face on it and pretty much just selling them online, just saying, hey, this is the last chance that pretty much like if Kobe died, that's why they didn't allow people to sell Kobe's.
They weren't?
No, because Kobe was too more of an iconic person, and it's kind of like during the election, the ads, they're cutting them off.
Oh, so it's like, okay, I see what's happening. So it's almost like you guys were using pathos, like you were generating like emotion behind the sale, like
People was buying that for emotion.
Yeah, so that's okay. Wow, that's smart. But then if it gets to a certain level, you can't do that because it's like Kobe.
After
and
it's so much money, they track it.
they're
That's
like,
why.
fuck this guy.
That's why you got kind of pretty much like
Damn.
in the beginning it was like get your money and get out. That's what we thought dropshipping was, but eventually like, we started to learn about doing research, learning how to run Google ads, and I learned how to run Pinterest and Snapchat ads at the time too, and pretty much me, Will was a part of a course already. I think it was with Drew, and he had just started ecom degree with Drew, and me and Ryan started financial freedom, and pretty much we started doing that, selling the course. Will selling his course, we all selling because we was really like it was kind of funny because we all was just like helping each other out. We were just coming up together, and it was kind of lit. Obviously Will had moved to Post, and I had to actually go back to school because I was on the scholarship, but I started doing it from my school. Like,
So how many course sales have you made? If you don't mind me asking.
In total, I think probably over like 200-300.
That's awesome, dude.
And like, I stopped for a year because my partnership ended up failing.
But what do you mean by stopped? Like you stopped pushing it, or
I
stopped running ads for it?
I never ran. No, it's all organic. It was never ads ran for it. It was all through Facebook and not even Facebook. I ain't even tapped into Facebook yet. Instagram stories and my
So
following.
why do you think it stopped?
Because my partnership, like what was happening, I don't know. I like to say that my partnership like started to fail because one of us got in a relationship and
Oh God, and
we
they went in that bubble where they don't see
Yeah,
anybody, but they're
and like one person was selling more than the other, and like you know what I'm saying. So
yeah,
we
that's
kind of
like-
so I waited a year before I could, because in the contract it says if one of us stops selling or anything, you wait a year and you have full ownership of the course. So I still have full ownership of financial freedom, right? And I rebranded it. It's actually called something different. It's going to be financial freedoms because it's more than one way, not just drop shipping, right? So kind of similar like to ecom degree as well. But what I was more predicated towards, during that time I started trading. I got into, it's crazy because I thought trading was a scam like most people. Like, oh, they're scamming, da 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 da. Like,
I mean, it's not. Look, you're talking to someone who spent like a year and a half learning how to trade independently. I
Yeah.
didn't join any group. I didn't have a fucking mentor. I didn't know that shit. Just YouTube. And dude, honestly, I got psychologically fucked up. I want to tell you my background before you go into trading. Just because like the first I paper traded for 6 months. And I was cranking that bitch out. All right. I was in, you know what I mean? A lot of people can flex paper trading, but The first real trade I made, I put like $20. It was a $20 trade, and it was like GBP to I think USA. Yeah, it's a belt line. You know the belt line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was trading that, and then I said I was doing a sell, and I set my stop loss, and then I went to class. You know, I was like, yeah, gotta go to class. I look at my shit, and my account is up $79. I was like, what the fuck? What happened to my trade? I look, bro. I don't know what happened, but that shit dropped, cleared my stop loss, and kept going like 4 times as much. And so I only made $79. But if I didn't put a stop loss, bro, I would have made like I only had 300 in my account at the time, bro. I would have doubled my account. So I remember
triple that bitch.
yeah, and that was my first time ever doing a live trade. And I just remember thinking like, yo, what just happened? So then I got this like confidence boost, bro. And then yeah, and then I was successful, but like I just kept like every time I'd make money, I'd lose it, and then make money and then lose it.
Yeah.
And then you revenge trade, and then but for me, it was margin that held me back. Like
That happens with most people though.
not having enough money to fucking like, cause I don't want
Yeah.
to stare at my screen all day for $10, $15.
Yeah.
You know? But so that's my experience.
Facts. Speaking of which.
Said, speaking of which, yeah, so that's my experience. But what would so would you say you took your course money and put it into the market, or you just took e-commerce money and you were trying to diversify your investments?
For me,
Like,
it
how
was
did you
like
start trading?
so. For me, like I said, my uncle he was telling me to get into. It was called iMarkets Live at first. You know, they rebranded it to IM, which people still thinking as IML or whatever it's called.
Is that not iMarkets Live?
Yeah, but it's not called that anymore. They rebranded.
What's
A lot
it
of
called?
people don't know that it's called IM Mastery Academy. They rebranded to become more of a corporate company. Yeah.
Huh.
So
So how does that work?
I'll explain
We'll get
it.
to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So pretty much, my uncle was like, hey, like, this is what I'm doing. I really think this is a good idea. You'll be good at it because you kind of already in that online space, and this is how like businesses work. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't really need it because I'm selling my course. Like, we making $2,400 a week. You feel what I'm saying? Just selling a course. So I'm like, okay,
And that's all profit.
oh, complete profit,
Yeah.
complete profit. Yeah, mentorship, all that, man. The calls, like we did all that. And what ended up happening was I was like, man, I don't need it. And like I said, the partnership started to like fade. So I just went all in. He actually joined the IM as well. And like just like he did with the chorus, you know what I'm saying? IM fell with him as well. So
So it's a person thing.
yeah, it's more of a consistency thing. So when I got into that, you know what I'm saying, this is what's trading for me because it's crazy. I kind of got a story like yours, right? I think I had like I think I had like $300 in my account. I don't know why I put that much money in my account. I don't know, but I put it in there.
Yeah, like 300. You know what I mean? 300.
Nah, cause really, you supposed to start. No, I had 100. That's the crazy part about it.
Oh shit.
What ended up happening is
Wait, you were about to say something. What would you say someone should start with? What would you suggest?
when I tell people start now, I tell them start from $50 to $100, just cause
Oh,
the mindset of like they might see me trade, I might make $1,000. They want to use the same lot size as me. You can't use that in a smaller account
Yeah, you can't
until
really
you
can't.
until you learn.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I'm cool with people losing $50 to $100 to reload it up, and then you can you understand your mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. Then
So what's your leverage ratio?
I tell when people doing 50 to 100, you have to use 1 to 500. You have to.
You have to?
Yeah, because you're not gonna be able to put like.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, yeah. Because I would do 1 to 50.
Yeah, see, you wouldn't put you
I was
would
a
never
low-
blow an account like that.
Yeah, I was low risk. I was very
Yeah.
low risk. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so pretty much, I fucked around and literally, it was an educator. I got onto I actually started using the products. Like it's the monthly subscription had hit me. I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna actually go look and see what this thing is about.
So what do you pay a monthly subscription for?
Pretty much like the products and services, because they have products and services. Like they have softwares that scans and give high profitability trades, and you can
So
take
they have
them.
like indicators.
No, it's not like indicator. They have product they have literally softwares that's like AI softwares that's like scanning the market because they can't trade for you because you have to physically place a trade. It's illegal.
Yeah, it's illegal.
Yeah, so they have the softwares that scan the market that brings up like harmonic patterns and stuff so it's like high probability trades.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like this is about it. Like this retraced that Fibonacci.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so harmonic patterns are like a profitable pattern in the market, right? And they have the head and shoulders thing. It's a lot of different stuff that they have. And
Oh, like a double top, double bottom.
Yeah, kind of,
didn't
sort
show
of.
this.
Like I had to show you more so than like that's a pattern.
I know that. I know the
pattern.
double bottom where it's
Yeah.
like you got the first dip and then the second dip. Like the wick can go longer, but the candlestick can't close
below.
beyond the wick.
Yeah.
and then that's when it's the See, I've ate off that one. But see, that's the problem with strategies. Don't mean to cut you off, but like you start looking for them and then you start fucking up your trades. Like, bro, there were so many times where I was so focused on having a strategy and like
Yeah.
I'm waiting for this, and then I'll fuck the trade up and lose money. And then
Because
when
you
I
get impatient.
and then when I look at it, I'm like, wait a minute. If I was like, fuck this double top strategy that I'm looking for, if I just looked at it from an objective standpoint, I was like, oh, this is clearly a buy. Why did I think it was going to be a sell? Because I was looking for this strategy to set up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it can be
like,
kind of negative.
yeah, it could be. It's like a good thing and bad thing because it works on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Some people, it's all about perspectives. It's like you see the market this way, I see the market. That's why there's so many strategies. So they have like the go live situation to where it's like an educator. He might do institutional trading, right? Like Zach Hogan, he does institutional trading. So you trading with the banks. They call that smart money. And that's kind of how I trade a little bit. I trade with the banks. So when you see those like long candles, that's the banks trading, right? At certain times of the day and whatnot.
Yeah, the big dogs.
Right, the big dogs, the institutionals and stuff.
I got into this one dude on YouTube. For anyone who wants to learn Forex, his name's Naveen Perthiani. He has a thing called Urban Forex. He's broken, bro. That motherfucker, bro, that guy, I learned a lot from him, but he would call them the big dogs.
Right.
You want
And so
to
what
move
messed
with the
me
big
up?
dogs.
He said big dogs.
Yeah, he was like, you don't want to bet against the big dogs. You want to move with the big dogs.
You want to move with them.
That's
for
what
real.
you do?
Yeah. So what messed me up is I got on one of those go lives and he was like, hey, if you wake up, like I didn't even know too much what a pip was at the time, but it was like, he's like, you're going to make this amount of pips. And that's for people that don't know what pips is, just like, you know, how far the market goes up and how far the market goes down in simple terms.
It's like a fourth. It's like a fourth decimal.
Yeah, for the third. I thought it was the third decimal.
Is it?
points.
I'm
Yeah.
an idiot. I don't know.
Something like that. I don't know. But like I know how to calculate them though.
Right. Shit. All the part that matters.
Yeah. Right. So I woke up and he was just like, hey, sell this, because we were trading news for some reason. And I made $300 in 30 seconds. And I was like, this not real. And then I went to like later that day to withdraw the money from my account and I actually had cash. And I realized, I was like, oh, I don't necessarily have to sell something. Cause like, you know, obviously selling can get hard sometimes. You know, you develop skills over time where you can sell anybody. But that's how I feel now. But
So it changed your perspective of money because it made you realize I don't actually have to
Yeah.
work for money.
yeah.
I just got to be at the right place at the right time. with
Yeah,
the
or
right-
I can sit down and actually learn this and make sure that like I can make like because I see people you see people like Q Banks, you see all the big. I mean, but you got what mess most people up is time. Like they might look at me now, they might see us on this podcast like, hey, yo, y'all are billionaires now, right? But they didn't see the times where we didn't even have the studio to, you know what I'm saying? We might have to go back to the play. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Right.
like, it's time. So I always tell people the magic number is 3 years. If you dedicate something to your life for 3 years, like it's gonna happen. It's only marriage. Like once you ask, it's given. You feel what I'm saying? So once you see all that,
I like that, man. You said once you ask, it's given.
it's given. Like once you write it down, it's already yours. But you gotta wait. Like here's the thing. It's like when you order when you order like some shoes or something online, what does it say? Like what does the thing say? It says in progress or in shipping or what
En route.
En route, right? So it's the same thing when you write your goals down. You see what I'm saying? It's in process. It's shipping.
I
You
like
know what I'm
that.
saying? You
I
feel what I'm
like
saying?
that. You're passing the energy over. I kind of feel like I'm high or some shit. I feel like I can do it. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm just kidding. But no,
Right.
really, I feel that. I like that, man.
Yeah.
You know, you write it down, it's already yours.
It's already yours. It's like
It's nice.
now you just gotta wait until the time, right? They said it
And
will
put
be
the
here on
effort
this
in.
time,
Yeah, and you got to.
right? But that's
Shipping is effort.
pending. It's
Right.
like pending,
Yeah.
on the way. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. It's like okay, now you just got to do the work to get there. It's already on the way. You said I want it. We're billionaires. I just planted that seed, right? We're billionaires now. When somebody watch this, so now only thing we got to do is continue doing what we're doing.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And to become billionaires, and now people look at us like, how did they become billionaires? Well, they was working their ass off.
Yeah. That's what they don't want to do, man. Everyone wants to find like a cheat code or take advantage of someone else.
Trust me.
It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, trust me. And sometimes, like, I always think, like, because, like, all of the work and trials and tribulations, the money loss, I don't say money loss, I say lessons learned. I always tell people this, like, I be like, dang, I don't see how some people scam because, like, I feel like scammers are like some of the smartest people I ever met in my life. You know how hard it is? Like, I've seen
To
some people.
manipulate systems. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you know what you could have came up with? Like,
Yeah, like to think that hard about how to like
how
finesse
did,
a system, you could have just fucking done something and
right.
legit. I
Yeah.
feel that way about some people I know that not scam, but that like sell drugs and they're like really intricate about it. You're like, bro, you could operate a real business.
Like, for real, like, you can go make a course and sell a course on, like, yo, how you not sell drugs and run it up on selling that course,
Yeah.
right? How to
That's
not
crazy.
get caught in the game.
Yeah, because honestly, that does make sense. Because people who are scamming, bro, there's at least I mean, we're scamming. We're talking like bank scams, like credit card fraud and shit like that.
All of them. Like,
All of
you
'em?
have to be very, like, I've heard some intelligent stuff. Like, who would have ever thought to put a, because I ain't gonna say I scam or anything, but I know, like, when they ask you what bank you got with, they try to, you know,
Oh God, that's
put a fake check in your account and then they withdraw them. Like, no one ever thought of some, like, you had to really sit there and, like, yo, or
they'll
something.
front the money, they'll front a percentage, and then you pull that out, and then by the time that the check
They realized
doesn't
it, they
clear,
ran off with it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys, man, living in Atlanta, you gotta know. Like,
Yeah, that's
you have
dude,
to know.
Atlanta, dude. I got a funny story about that, dude. God, one time, God, dude, one time I was going to cop off a plug-in Linux, dude, and I was just thought I was copping a gram, like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it was, the eighth for 25, whatever the fuck. And it's funny, I told the story yesterday. That's why it's on my mind. And the guy gets in with another dude. He gets in my car with another guy. My plug, I know this guy. You think you know someone, right? They get in, and the guy in the back's like, all right, bet. We're at Linux, bet. We'll go to Wells Fargo, Atlanta. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, Wells Fargo? I was like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, who are you? And like, here's my 20. You know what I mean? You got the shit?
Here's my.
And then that guy's like, remember that time we were smoking and you said you had Wells Fargo? And he was like, yeah, bro. Bro's about to go in, punch some cheat codes in, pull out a couple bands, then we're gonna go cop the weed. I was like, wait, what? I was like, bro, I'm not a fucking idiot. I was like, cheat codes my ass, dude. I was like, bro, get the fuck out of my car. And so then he gets mad at my plug. Cause it's like, yo, bro, you said you had a move. You said you had a guy, all this shit. And then so then they start arguing on my car. And then I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not having this. And so they just get out in the middle of the road. And so I'm like, okay. So I was like, okay, bet. Hell yeah. Fuck Atlanta because everyone's trying to scam. So I know.
Did you just like drive off with them in the middle of the road?
Yeah, I was like, bro, get the fuck out of my car, dude. And they both got out of the car in the middle of the road, and they were like arguing. They were mad at each other because the guy thought he was bringing, because that was the dude I guess that had the plug or had the fake check, whatever the fuck they were gonna do. He had the info, and then my plug was the middleman to me. But I just thought I was copping butt off my plug. And this dude remembered some conversation from a couple months ago where I mentioned I had a Wells Fargo or some shit. Or like crazy, bro. Just because I was like, yo, yeah, I'm going to go to the Wells Fargo ATM to pull out some cash to cop a fucking sack. And this dude remembered that and thought I was ready to run a scam. Like, bro, I'm telling you, bro. People are ambitious.
They're ambitious. My thing is like that same energy because like I know I've came across like, you know, a lot of different friends and people I've known that do drug dealing, scamming, whatever they may want to do. I now have friends more corporate that they sell courses or they do real estate, they trade, like whatever it is, you can make it. But if you're on that other side, like that like they like to say left side of the money, like where you hustling and doing all the illegal stuff, it's like, bro, if you're gonna, I'm not saying do it, I'm not condoning on anybody doing it. If you're gonna do it and get out.
Yeah, that's not a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's like put it towards something that's gonna like legally that's gonna make you some money. I'm not saying do it at all. I'm by no means because
I think you shouldn't do it at all. I think if you put the same time into doing something legit, it might not take off as fast, but it's solid.
I worked a warehouse job for 1 week for $500 just to get into. It wasn't just to get into entrepreneurship. It was just to have some more money. But what I did was I used it for some stuff I did in entrepreneur, like as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and I respect that.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm like, bro, I quit. Like I'm not a quitter. I just don't work. Like it's like once you expose your brain to something, like you can't go back.
Yeah.
Right. It's like once you tasted that Coke, like you like Coke.
Yeah, it's like a kid seeing porn for the first time or some shit. You know? No, I'm being so serious. I'm being so serious. Really. We all have that first moment. Bro, I remember my moment.
I wouldn't even connect that one together.
No, really, dude. It's like once you see it, you can't unsee it. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's that. I see what you're trying to say.
It's like once you know better, you do better.
So is that how you feel about trading or just entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship. It's like by all means, like, because people have all different views about companies, trading with groups, and being a part of Shopify or Amazon or eBay. Like, people sell different courses and stuff, but it's the same aspect behind all of that stuff. Like, you got to have that same mindset towards everything. You feel what I'm saying? Because all of it works. Somebody made money in it. So it's not like, for me, it's like an endless amount of money that you can pretty much go in any industry. Like, even having a job. Like, I tell people, like, because a lot of people don't like their job because they see us and we look all glamorous. We don't.
But see, that's the thing, right? I want to stop you for a second. You just said something important. Every field that people take as a scam, there's probably a million people that are like e-com, like, oh God, you know what I mean?
But
bro,
they buy from Walmart.
I saw a TikTok the other day. I was, I think it was my girlfriend or my little sister. They were sitting next to me and they were on fucking TikTok. And it was a TikTok where they were like, stop spending your money on Amazon. You're helping a third-party seller make passive income. And I just remember thinking, like, why? Like, why? What's wrong with that? Like, if that person educated themselves, went and got their legal certifications, which you do need, and then they opened a store and had a successful product, like, why are you pissed about that?
You know what's crazy? I made a video kind of like this not too long ago on my Instagram. It actually was maybe a week or two ago, and it was about the PS5. So I was like, shout out to all my boys that selling the PS5.
Right.
I'm in the group. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I could go sell a PS5. But it's crazy that so many people are so craving this PlayStation 5 for, like right now. Like, they want it right now because it's just new. It just came out. And they could wait, 2 to 3 months where they don't have to pay, like, as a reseller. Like,
They could buy 3 with the same price.
Right. A reseller is reselling from $1,000 to $1,500, right?
I'm not gonna say Buddy's name, but we both know the same guy who's.
I mean, he's, what I'm saying? I know other people that sell it because I'm not mad at him. I'm glad. But my thing is,
Look, I know one person who's broken right now. Like, this motherfucker, and you know him too, dude. He's a kingpin when it comes to the resale.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm happy for him. Fuck everyone who didn't get a PS5 because he still cracking his ass.
My thing is like this. But people want, like, and he has a course teaching you how to do it. It's the crazy part about it. But it's like, they will spend the $1,500 on the PS5 rather than spend the $200 or even $50 to $70 when they do sales and stuff, right? To even educate themselves on knowing what that person is actually doing to them.
Oh shit! So, like, the reverse psychology.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna spend $1,500 on this game.
It's gonna waste your time.
That's gonna waste your time, but you want to spend $200 on the real game that I'm doing to you.
Damn. So that would be your pitch to sell the course, because that's pretty good, dude.
Nah,
or you're just saying, like,
I'm just saying, like, open your mind. Like,
you're looking at it like, damn, these people are so ignorant to the fact that, like, you're dropping 3 times the retail price of a fucking game just to be in the lobby calling each other fucking who knows what.
Playing Fortnite
worrying
or
about
Apex
your
or
KD.
something.
I mean, hey, don't get me wrong, bro. I know some people that game, they enjoy it, whatever the fuck. It's therapeutic. I don't want to hear it. All I'm saying is that, like, I'm not a gamer.
Me either.
I don't think there's anything wrong with gamers. I think they're like, I think gamers are very like analytical and sharp people. But I see what you're saying. That, like,
they're not sharp enough to see the fact that as a person that's gonna resell you something, like, even I don't care what it is. If I'm gonna resell you something and I have a course teaching you how to resell it, or do what I'm doing exactly that I just did to you, and you rather buy the game than actually buy what I'm doing to you to make 12 times that, buy a game on any given day that you want to, you're an idiot. Like, you're playing yourself.
damn, that's crazy.
So I made a video on that on Instagram not too long ago, and I was like, it's so crazy. Shouts out to everybody who's coming up off of PS5. That's a good come up.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's a great come up.
Because I was having this conversation with a friend of mine who pre-ordered it like a year ago, and we're
A year ago?
bro. I'm telling you, we're talking about it, and I was like, "Damn, dude! Like, I feel like we've been talking about a child." He's like, hey,
Was
bro.
he the first person to receive that motherfucker?
Yes, bro. Yes, him and this other dude was the
I'm talking
first
about in the world. You
No,
talking
no,
about
no.
a year ago.
Him and this other guy, they went together. They were the first 2 people that went in the store and got it. He said they came out that bitch gripping them. But anyway, I just think it's crazy because we were on the phone, right? We don't talk too much, but when we do talk, we bust a FaceTime. So he's showing me it. It's loading and all this shit, and we're talking about this fucking PlayStation 5, dude, for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, damn, bro, I feel like we're talking about a child. And his girlfriend starts laughing in the background because dead ass. I was like, dude, I feel like you just delivered a baby. Like people care about these PlayStation 5s, bro.
I feel bad for his girlfriend because she ain't getting no more attention.
Bro, to be honest, man, I think a lot of people's girlfriends aren't getting attention after that PS5.
Hey, and they bought some of them bought it for him.
They're tripping, bro.
1,500. I had girls on my story like, who's selling the PS5? I mean, like, no, who's teaching you how to get PS5s on the daily? That's what like people don't ask that. Like people ask me like, bro, like, I wish I can, I always say this. This is like one thing I always say, and it's almost, they can say it's cocky, whatever. I mean, I tell people, don't ask me about my day. Ask me how you can live a day like mine. Like, cause that's different. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
that's not cocky. That's being confident in the fact that, like,
you feel me? Ask me how can you live? Like, I don't, bro. I always tell people this. I'm an entrepreneur, and I say it like that because I don't work, bro. I haven't worked in 4 years. Rent today is December 1st. Rent was maybe like $1,800. And how do you make? I haven't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scamming, so the police is not at my door. So how do you do it, bro?
So how do you do it?
You feel what I'm saying? That's the question I need, because now it's like, okay, I can sell you whatever I want to sell you, but I'm not trying to sell you. I want to educate you because, like I said, if you help enough people get what they want, eventually you're gonna get what you want. So my goal is to make this about to be my Jordan year, my 23 year on December 4th, which is Friday.
Oh shit!
Right?
He's lit.
Right. So my goal is to make $1 million, this year. Be a multi-millionaire, not just $1 million, multi-millionaire. Because I told Will this, like we was just talking about this 2 nights ago. I was like, bro, we know too much not to be millionaires. Like people sell like little courses on stuff and make millions from it. Like just one, like you're selling Amazon and drop shipping, all of this. Is like, we know so much that we should make so much more money because people pay for knowledge, but some people don't understand the fact that you actually do have to pay for knowledge. Because I always tell people this. You, for example, you taught yourself trading, right? You could have paid someone to help you understand trading a little bit faster.
In like a month.
But you paid the price. Why? Yeah. You're going to pay the price either way. You lost money in your trading account.
And I paid the price because it took me 1.5 years. And
it took you longer. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to pay the price regardless.
No, dude, trust me. I understand why courses are relevant. I used to, look, all right, I'll admit it. I've even told Will this to his face. I've been like, look, bro, it wasn't until I met you guys that I believed in courses, because you know what I mean? You're on YouTube and it's like, stop right here and click on or it's like fucking... Des Howard generated a Shopify store in 48 hours, made fucking 59 million. You're like, oh my God, can I just get to my video? But then when you meet people who like break it down.
Yeah, break it down to you.
And then you're like, oh shit. You're like, oh, this is actually a thing.
It makes sense,
yeah,
right?
You're like, this is real.
Yeah, and it's not even about selling the course and making money. It's about like, because truth be told, like we can do some math here, right? Truth be told, if you have enough friends.
Let's do it.
If you have enough friends that believe in you, right? And y'all all believe in each other, and y'all really do what y'all want to do.
That's another conversation, man.
I mean, it's definitely
not everyone's got friends that believe in them.
No, but my thing is like this: I don't have to like you to do business with you. I don't have to like you to make money to make sure my family eat. You feel what I'm saying? So now,
I wish more people thought that way.
Exactly. But let's just say, in the hypothetical world, we had 15 people 15 friends that.
All right. So bad. I'm Bob. No offense to anyone named Bob. I'm Bob. And I got 15 friends. Let's see how much money.
Right. Let's just say 15 friends. If we not talking about just a course, we're just gonna saying we're selling something. Right. For every person every day, if 3 sales a day, right? That's 45 sales, right? Between 15 people, right? If I did the math correct, 15 times 3.
Wait. So you're saying if I made 3 sales to 15 people, or if
No. I'm saying if 15 people, only thing they had to do was make 3 sales a day.
Oh, like for you, like affiliate?
Yeah, not for you. I'm just saying if y'all came together, y'all had a company.
Oh, okay,
right.
Okay.
If y'all
so
have
this even playing field, there's no hierarchy.
No, it's nobody higher. None of that.
Okay.
Y'all making 45 sales a day, right? Let's just say I'm not talking about a course. It can be a product. It can be anything.
Let's say the product is $2.99. Let's start baby numbers.
No, we're gonna do $300.
Okay.
$300, because that's people pay that on the regular for shoes. You know what I'm saying?
People pay that for a car,
right? Forget it. We'll just do 200 times $200 between 45 times $200, right? Y'all just made $9,000 today, right? So if I divide $9,000 by 15, right, that's $600 per person.
A day.
a day.
So then you multiply that by 7.
No, we ain't gonna do 7. We don't work. We don't work
All
7
right,
days.
we work
a week.
4 days.
5. We'll do 5. Monday through Friday.
Yeah, 5. Fuck it.
Right?
Not-
So 9,000 times 5. You just made $45,000 as a group, right?
In a week.
In 5 days.
Oh yeah. Okay. So then divide that by the 15.
The 15 people. Y'all made $3,000 a week.
So you're making fucking 12 grand a month. That's better than a lot of this. Phenomenal.
Better than that's better than any job that's going to ever
Bro,
be you damn near.
People are cracking their ass to make the 3 a month.
You see what I'm saying? But it's just like people don't come together to actually think like, okay, bro, we actually can really do this. You feel what I'm saying?
Because, man, that's the sad part
Social
about
media.
the world. It's
Social media. It's social media.
what?
It's social media.
But okay, look. This is what I think the problem is, and then you can argue social media, right? And I'm actually really enjoying this episode because usually, you know what I mean? Usually people aren't as engaged, which is nice. Because you know what I mean? You guys can meet questions. It's nice. It's nice. But anyway, what I think is that I think the problem is that people don't want to see you come up.
Yeah.
They don't want to see their friend come up. They want to come up and they want to be the only person.
Right.
And then they want to be like a star or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Everybody, that's what I said. Social media is the fame.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in business. Like, let's say, take fuck clout, fuck business, fuck fame. Let's just talk about money, right? It's like, okay, like, all right, let's say me and Dez, we sell something together, but damn, now Dez is making the same amount of money as me, right? Or I could just push harder and sell it and come up more than Dez. I think that's what people are thinking, bro, is everyone's trying to compete instead of working together.
It's called I don't know if y'all, for the people that's watching this, I don't know if y'all listen to books or read books, but in the science of getting rich, it says you got to move from the competitive playing field to the creative playing field. And when you're in the competitive playing field, you will never win. When you're in a business that where you can be a creator and y'all all create something together, y'all actually have a good playing field. So, Science of Getting Rich, for people that don't know that book, that's a great book. It's like scientifically on how to get rich, and they talk about it. I listen to it almost every day because it said until you 100% rich, don't listen to another book. So I make sure I listen to it, every day.
So is it like you just keep rereading it?
Or listening. I ain't gonna say reading. I listen to it. Yeah.
I call it reading, bro. People give me shit
think
for that.
Truth be told, we can go deeper into this conversation because I feel like it's almost, my thing is like this. I think sometimes people be like, oh, I like to listen to books. I'm like, you can't read 5 pages a day. Okay, cool. Let's just say, because I wasn't a good reader. I can read up to 30 pages now because I started with 5 pages. My thing is this. You said you want to be a millionaire, right? A billionaire, whatever. Well, if I gave you $1 billion contract right now, you wouldn't be able to read it, would you? If it was 30 pages? But it was $1 billion, right? Oh, no. It's $1 billion. I'm going to read that.
They just don't give a fuck, bro.
But you got to apply that same thought process behind that book you're reading that could potentially make you that billion.
But people aren't looking at it like that, man. If they looked at it like that, you wouldn't have that conversation with them. Bro, the people that are looking at it like, oh, what the hell? Bro, I've gotten into books recently, right? Like in the last 6 months. And I mean, you know what? About 85% of them have been audiobook. I have actually read 2.
Yeah.
2 of them I've read in person. And I mean, it's kind of weird, kind of playing not devil's advocate. I'm kind of actually helping your point because I feel like I remember the ones I read better than the ones I listened to.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. I never looked at books as like I didn't look at the concept. Like I was like, oh, okay, like it's a fucking book. But I didn't think about like, damn, like that's information on a page just waiting for you.
My thing is this. I don't like, because I tell people this, I don't talk about racism or anything because you put yourself in the box. But it's a reason they didn't want slaves to read.
It's education.
They didn't want them to, because you know what I'm saying?
Knowledge is power,
I want
bro.
to keep you trapped in this box, right? One of my people that I mentor, they actually said this to me about a week, it was about 3 weeks ago. And they was like, I always tell them school is made to make factory workers. And it was just like, he was like, man, it's crazy. He said, it's crazy that you actually say that because it's like when you in school, you go to school at 6 a.m., depending on, middle school or elementary, 6 a.m., and, you have lunch at 12, right? And you get out at like 2, 3, right? And he said, damn, that's what I do in my life now. I go to work at 6, I have lunch at 12, and I get out at 3.
That man killed himself later that night. Holy shit.
You see what I'm saying? But But that's what it is. I'm not saying education like far as school. I think up until high school, you need that basic knowledge for education. Not college, unless you're going to be a doctor or a prestige job or anesthesiologist. Somebody who's going to save the world. Go do that.
I think it's a path though.
It all
Like
yeah.
I think college is the type of thing where it's like, bro, this is gonna sound really hard to swallow, but there's a lot of people, bro, who actually don't want to be an entrepreneur. Like it took me a long time to realize that. I thought
Yeah.
everybody wanted to be a fucking
Nah, hell no,
billionaire.
hell
and-
no,
No,
hell no.
but there's actually a lot more people that are like, no.
I have a
I want
a
a
friend.
schedule. I want to know how much money I'm gonna make a year. I want to be able to plan
It's
a
that
couple
security.
vacations. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
that security.
That's exactly what it
I
is.
have a guy like that. Well, he actually trades with me, right?
Okay.
And he actually is really interested in animals. Like he going to school to I don't know what it's called.
Like a veterinarian or like
Yeah, veterinarian, but it was something like specific in that field.
oh shit.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
And he like goes to like science labs. He's like connected and like studying animals and
Dissecting
stuff.
and shit.
But he also knows that shit, veterinary school costs a lot of money. So he knows like his dad owns a business. So he said, bro, I don't even want to be an entrepreneur. He's just like, my dad owns a business. Like, I'll end up taking over my dad's business if I want to, own a business. He's just like, I want to like help animals and like, he's like a people's person.
He wants so it's more about passion, purpose.
But he trades to make sure he pays for veterinary school.
okay, see, that's a phenomenal tie-in. What the fuck? How like how are you trading? Like what are the numbers? I'm a numbers guy, dude.
Okay.
I love numbers. What like what do you shoot for 10 pips a day? Or
It's not like I
how
used
much-
to when you do it like that, it's like
you limit yourself?
you do limit yourself, but at the same time, when you try to go on that schedule, like, 15 pips a day, 15 pips a day, 15 pips a day, 15, you don't count for the, minus 5 pips. You always thinking 15 pips.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You don't
Yeah.
count for you're going to lose. Like, hey, if you haven't traded, you're going to lose,
No, you're gonna
Right.
lose.
right?
It's a ratio.
It's,
and
yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I don't do it like that no more. I kind of pretty much just go off for, how I'm feeling. If I don't feel good, I don't trade, right? If I don't feel good, I don't trade. Like, so I was feeling good this morning, so I traded.
huh, wait a minute. So like emotionally?
Yeah,
Like
because
if you wake up and you're just not into it, you don't trade?
no.
That's bold.
Yeah, I don't trade because it's like, I'm not saying like, I tried to like, okay, $200 a day, $200. You get to that last day and it's minus 400. I'm like, damn, that just fucked up my whole plan. You feel what I'm saying? So if anybody wants to make at least, rent money, $1,800 a month, only thing you gotta do is make $60 a day in 30 days. Or 24 days, or $83
Well,
a
let me
day.
ask you a question. Are you a day trader or a swing trader?
I could do both.
What do you make the most money on? Because I ate more swing trading.
Both though, like if I decide to trade in the morning, like a day trader, I'm using big lot sizes. You feel what I'm saying? But if I swing trade, I'm using medium lot sizes just because I know I'm gonna hold this trade for a long time period. I can do both. Like that's because I've developed patience with that. So like a lot of people can't do that because time. It takes time to be great. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to be good at this stuff.
So what would you say? Yeah, I mean, you obviously don't have to give your numbers up, but I'm saying, like, what would you say is your average like monthly, like win to loss ratio?
win and loss.
Once again, you don't have to
if-
disclose this.
I mean, I really don't care, but it's like I would say like this. If I took 20 trades, I might lose 5. Just because of my entries and I know like where the market is going. Like the 5 is probably because I put my stop loss too close. Like I'd be going in with like 3 pips drawdown. Like
I hate that, and then it closes you out, and then it does what you thought
yeah,
it was
that happened to me
gonna do.
actually earlier today. I was actually up $67 with like I put $100 in my account last night just for fun, and I was up 67 because like I knew I was gonna spend some money today. Like I'd really just trade to like go like do Ubers and stuff. Like a lot of people think I want a car. I just want a driver. No, I got to that point. Like I'm just lazy at this point. But I do want a RS5 Audi. If anybody know what that is.
Oh yeah, RS. dude.
I was looking at it today, but I just kind of pretty much trade to like, let's say if I want to go eat right now, I might, I'll probably have been traded earlier to make like $50 to $60 today. Right. And that's like, eating money. You feel what I'm saying? Or if I'm going to, a bigger restaurant, I might go for $100, $200, $300. You know what I'm saying? So it's not too bad. Once my rent and stuff is secured, like I'm good. Cause like I said, $60 a day. Cause like when sometimes like this, if I go for the 60 a day, right, to get the 1,800 a month, I fuck around and make 300 that day. Do you trade the rest of the days?
I would, but do you?
See, I mean, you can, but should you? Like if that was your goal.
Ah, this is an interesting question. Okay. For educational purposes, I'm gonna say we stop trading. Let's
You
say
said to be right. I'm gonna say
right.
stop
Like
trading.
I wouldn't, knowing my dumbass. I
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
trading,
But
like,
that's
do you
discipline.
think that's what someone should do?
I
Is
think,
that
like-
good discipline, or could that discipline
I
possibly
mean, it
limit
could
you?
be like it just depends on who you are, because you can say, "Oh, you're limited in yourself. You can be a $3,000 a week trader or a $5,000 a day trader." Yes and no. It's just like once you learn that, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna make some losses. Okay, let those losses let me be in profit while I'm losing money. You feel what I'm saying? Like not like I'm barely making it losing money.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like $60. If I don't make the $60 this day, well, fuck, I gotta make 120 this day to make up two.
Oh, okay.
You see
I
what I'm
see what
saying?
you mean. So you're saying that like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we flop and we lose $60 every day, but then Thursday we come up on 300. So now we're really only like at 180 minus 300. So we're only at 120. So now we still need to make up the 180 to make up for the 60.
So if I'm already up 300,
Oh.
I'll take like, cause you know, like you start like getting overly confident and stuff like that. So I'll take like a day. So truth be told, like
You get cocky, like, yeah, I'm fucking the guy.
man, I'm telling you, I done made $1,000 in a day. The next day lost 500, and then the next day came up 1,500. Then the next day lose 7. You're like, oh, hold up, nigga. Like, wait, whoa.
So then,
Whoa.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that's come from like being like, oh man, I'm about to go get the Audi this week. when you hit numbers like that, it's like I'm gonna get the Audi by December. I told people like I'm still looking into it, like buying an Audi on my birthday. That was my goal. You feel what I'm saying? Once you write it down, like I said, it's just spending. Like it's not like I don't have the money to do it. It's just like,
Do I care to have that car now?
no, it's not even that I care. It's like now, like it's like once you know better, like not the fact that like I was telling you, XRP is going up. You see what I'm saying? It's like I put 20,000 in XRP and then wait a year. Like what's a year now? Now that we out of high school, like what's a year now? It's coming. It comes like this now.
So what do you think? Like, okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around what you're saying. So is the strategy that once you meet your goal, you cut it off?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
like,
the strategy.
I cut it off. Sometimes I go over my goal.
So is that your main source of income? You would say is trading?
Yes, that pays for the rent and everything else. You know what I'm saying? I sell my course every now and then. I don't really advertise it like that because you probably, like I said, you probably didn't even know I had a course at first.
I did not.
I sold it like this week. I think I made probably about $2,300 from just selling the course. You feel what I'm saying?
2,300.
Yeah, just I mean my rent was due today, so
So 2,300 off selling a course.
yeah, just off the course.
But
And
you're making that seem light though. That's how much you sell the
well,
course for.
I mean, my course on like let's say if you didn't know me and you went on the website and bought my course at $600, pretty much if I talk to you, I always give someone a deal just to say,
Oh, 600. So that's like what? That's like 5 sales, 10, like 4 or 5, 6 sales.
I
I'm
mean,
trying to look at it, not the money, but the number of people.
I think I made like 10 sales. I think
Oh, that's
I was
not
selling.
bad.
I was selling it different, just accommodating for certain people. You feel
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
but I feel like you're tripping, man. I feel like you're undershooting yourself. That's
No,
a lot.
I know because I don't too much like care about selling the course. It's more so of like the concept that you actually going to invest into yourself to actually take the course. Now going into 2021, ain't no undercutting. It's hey, bro, the price is the price. You feel what I'm saying? Just because all the big things that we have planned and stuff. But it's just like right now, it's like it's Christmas time, it's giving time. I feel like I said, you got to give to receive. So me, as in having the heart that I have, it's just like I'll work with you just to see like, okay, you actually gonna take the step to invest in yourself.
Like you give a shit.
Cause easily I could put it on YouTube. Like you actually can go to YouTube. That's where I learned. You see what I'm saying? But not a lot of people like me and other people that decide to go to YouTube and really grow with it.
I think it's a time thing, man. Going back to what you're saying, it's not that you can't. It's that you're saving yourself time. It's like, yo, you can spend the next year trying to learn this, or you can learn it in a weekend.
Yeah, you can learn it in a weekend. And now that I know that you're willing to spend money on stuff, I know you're a little bit more serious. And they said only 7% of people actually finish courses that they buy.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a victim of not finishing courses, man. I bought 8 courses from Ty Lopez and I didn't finish them. They gave me, for the people that buy Ty Lopez's courses, if you buy the cheap ones,
I found out it's not even him.
no, it's not, but it expires in a year. So I had to argue with them to get the course. I'm like, bro, I spent money on this. And I watched like one SMA, you know what I'm saying? Watch the course. I watched like a couple credit courses or something like that, but I ain't watch all of it. I'm like, hold up, let me get back in mode. Maybe I got to, you feel what I'm saying? Because oftentimes as entrepreneurs, Like you said, 2,300 sounds light, but to somebody they like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh, you forgot what it was like to not have the 2,300. So now you got to get back in that mode. And one thing I do, and it's a tip that I give to all entrepreneurs or people that's trying to I'll give you two tips. That's trying to, like, come up in life and stuff like that. Is, truth be told, what even though I don't care how much money that I have in my account, I always keep a certain number, like, to where, like, once they get below this number, they send me a notification and it's like, oh, bro, you broke, you gotta stay in mode. Or I make it hard for me to get to my money. Like, I'll put it into an investment. Like, I can still go get my money out of Robinhood. I can still go get my money out of crypto places and
But
stuff.
it's like,
It's like I gotta go through this process to get. So long as I'm keeping it far away from me, it's not like I'm gonna go to and press transfer. It's easy to transfer, and it's one thing that one of my mentors once told me, and he really helped me out with, right. And this what got me ahead on money and kept me up. It was 6 steps that you should do with your money. It says 10% you pay yourself first. You pay yourself. 10% to charity. 25% that's living expenses, right? 15% business, 20% taxes, 20% invest. You see what I'm saying? So now if I'm making $600 a month, that's $150 a week. That means I only have $15 to spend on myself. Ooh,
so I gotta make more money.
you either gotta make more money, or you gotta be very strategical with the money that you do have. You see what I'm saying? Because at that point when I learned that, I was only making $600 a month. One course sales is 600 now. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like, once you learn that tactic, that'll put you ahead of most people, because now you put your money where it's hard to get, and you 15% here. You ain't necessarily scrambling for taxes and stuff at the end, because, like I said, all the money that you make is not yours when you're an entrepreneur.
You gotta pay taxes, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but hey, it's a little different than, well, depending on what president get elected, the taxes may be different.
Shit, I look, man. That's a whole nother conversation. We don't know what the
That's
fuck.
a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, right. So what would you say for someone who's listening, bro? Like, what should they do? Should they invest in education, or should they like what would you say your message is? Like, what's your what would you suggest to someone right now, bro, who works at fucking anywhere? And I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think there's anything wrong with that,
Nah, it's
because
not.
they might be at that stage in their life.
Yeah, everyone goes to that stage.
But it's like, what would you say is your message? Not to get them out. See, I want to say how I say
I
this.
ain't gonna say get them out. I get what
So,
you're saying. What's my
yeah.
message to, like, really help them, motivate
To
them
change the mindset.
To change their mindset. Really just educate yourself, and really, if I could sum it up in one word, it's to read. And read the right books. What I mean by that is the entrepreneur / self-help books, not to get you into entrepreneurship. Them self-help books kind of change your perspective on life. Not just like business, it's like life. Cause I read my first book I ever read. Like, I went through whole high school. Like, yeah, we have summer reading books and everything. I read my freshman year. This is what happened. I read it was called Jude. It was a great book, actually. I read it in like the last 3 days of the summer, because we had, as a freshman, you gotta have a good GPA. You know what I'm saying? Great GPA. And I took the test. When I got there, I realized, like, you can just cheat. So I cheated the rest of the high school career. Like, I didn't read another book for summer. Like, I'm not spending my summer reading a book. And my next book I read was in college. Actually, Will kept telling me, like, bro, you need to read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Knowing I don't know if he read the whole book. He didn't. I don't think he read the book for real. But he was like reading some of it, and he kept telling me I should read it. And the first 10 pages of that book really spoke to me. It was just like, you can't afford it, or how can I afford it? Like, that's a perspective change. Like, it was just saying, his rich dad was saying, his poor dad that went to school, got all the degrees, was saying you can't afford it all the time.
And then his friend's dad was the one who was teaching about money. I read
They
it.
said, how can I afford it?
I didn't read the whole book.
I read the whole book.
I read like 60%.
No, I read the whole. At first, I read like 70%, and then I went back and read the whole book, and then I read it again. Because that's what changed my perspective on. But that's not going to change everybody's perspective, because everybody in different stages of their life. That's why I said the self-help books, right? And that's because, like, sometimes some people might be going through mental stuff, and they need to hear, like, hey, this is how you should look at this from this perspective, because this is what this person did. Because it's like, what people don't understand, that if you're in a job, or if you're a starting entrepreneur, or if you're somebody that's just wants some help, and you listening to this, it's everyone's in their own stage. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's like, certain stuff is not, it's all about perspective. Everything's going to help everyone's differently. You feel what I'm saying? So I can't say like a specific thing that's gonna help you, but the fact that you're going through that journey, somebody already been through it. That's my key. Like somebody, it don't matter where you at. Somebody been through the situation. Like even us. Like somebody's is entrepreneur. Like we talking about Ty Lopez. He probably done this. You see what I'm saying? Somebody's always done it. So that's why you got to think about it. Okay, it's not just me that's going through this. Like, you know, sometimes when I was losing money in my trading account, I'm like, dang. I started becoming grateful because it was like when I would lose money in my trading account, I knew somebody was coming up. Because I was buying, I knew they were selling.
Yeah, right. Because it's like a little battle.
I'm like, oh, well, somebody coming up. I'm grateful for them. Oh, guess what? When I'm coming, I'm like, damn, I feel bad for them. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's a weird way of looking at it.
You see what I'm saying? It's a weird. It's a different
But it's
perspective.
the truth, though.
It is the truth.
That's what's actually happening. Like, how the
see what I'm
fuck do you
saying?
make money in the stock market or any fucking trading
Right.
market? Someone else
Even
losing.
if the like not even just like entrepreneur and trading, like even for my people that's working and like it's somebody like, man, I'm behind on this, I can't invest into myself and I need to do this, like, you know what I'm saying, like I have to go to work, like I have to do this to live, to pay for my kids, this and all of that. It's somebody that's in your state that was in your place and won the same exact way that you're in. So don't quit. You feel what I'm saying? That's my message. Don't quit because somebody been through what you're going through. And even if you're in that debt stuff, like just forget about that. If it's credit cards or student loans go away in 7 years. Anything on your credit goes away in 7 years. Don't pay them.
That's if you go bankrupt though.
Yeah, maybe we got to go through the credit course crash. We might have to teach you something. Nah, for real
So
though.
what do you mean student loans don't go away?
They go away in 7 years. Like after you graduated, like you don't have to pay those, bro.
But I thought they're backed by the federal government. Because that's I thought that was if I'm not mistaken, that's the only loan that you can't bankrupt.
I guarantee you don't have to pay student loans. I'll tell you something. My mentor is so funny. It's so funny that you say this.
Does it fuck your credit up?
People think it does, like, cause it's on your credit, but it's not necessarily. Cause everyone, I guarantee anybody with over a 700, 800 credit score, they'll tell you even with student loans, that credit score is not messed up. You see what I'm saying? It does shows like an overall balance, but if you got a $13,000, you see what I'm saying? But depending on where you go to school, like what you go to school for. Like,
I mean, yeah, some
doctor,
people-
lawyer,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like they 100, 200, 300,000. I'm like, yo, you need to stop.
Yeah,
like
wait.
you can go buy a house for that, and
Yeah, hell no. I think anything 50,000 and lower, that's like average.
man, I had 4,000. I knew I was gonna be able to pay that if I worked a job, so I stopped right there.
What do you mean?
I stopped like with $4,000 in student loans. I stopped because I knew, because like I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. You see what I'm saying? I knew. I was like, man, I'm not about to be taking these loans out. You know what I'm saying? But my advice, if you're a college student right now, you're taking out loans and y'all just spending the checks, because you know people spend the
Wait,
refunds.
what? Spending a check?
Yeah, people spend because you know if you take out at certain schools they give you 10,000. Certain schools they allow you to take out 10,000, but your class is only 3,000.
What the fuck?
So that you'll get a refund. That's the
people
refund.
but that's retarded though, because
that's
that's
what-
your own money. Like you got to pay that back.
But my thing is this: we're not educated enough to know that until we get out of school.
Or with most people, yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
well.
told myself this because one of my boys did this, and he did it once, and I don't know why he didn't do it again. But he took out a $10,000 loan and he bought a house.
What do you mean? You took a $10,000 loan for student?
Yes, for student loan, because you can do the max. Like with certain schools, they give you like a max loan.
What do you mean he bought a house?
Like he bought a house and sold it. Like he put a down payment on the house and he had like people rent it out.
Okay.
Dead ass.
In the same area you went to school?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
much did he pay for the house?
I have no clue. I don't know the logistics on it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
just trying to think. I'm like, how could you put 7,000? I mean, I know how you could, but that's only like
I think no. If I'm not mistaken, 100%. I think it was like a buy and flicks. It was like a flip and flicks.
Oh, it was a flip. Oh.
That's what he did because he was doing wholesale, but he's a real estate wholesaling guy.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I
yeah.
think it is.
Okay,
It was a
okay,
flip and
okay.
flicks, but that's what he did with his money from his refund. I told him I'll go to school and I'll take out the max loan. Like imagine with everything that we know now, if we got $200,000 loan for school.
Dude.
Nigga, I'm dropping out after I get the loan.
I mean, here's the thing. it doesn't. The thing is, those people aren't getting a 200K loan.
No, it's not. It's not right off rip.
It's like
it's like 10 to 15,000. I've
slowly,
seen them.
yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying like even with that,
That's crazy.
like even like I if I went back to school right now, that's what I would do. I would do it, get the refund and get out. Like I wouldn't go to class. I don't care about.
What would
no
you do with the
GPA.
refund? Just invest it?
I would invest in so many different things, like so many, like because all the knowledge and stuff that I have now.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If you're doing that, that's the smart thing to do. But I think I honestly, bro,
A lot of people are not gonna risk it.
a lot of people just don't do that. A lot of people
Yeah.
just take out what they need for school and then like an extra couple $100 for books and shit, and then they call it a wrap.
Nah,
I
I've
damn.
seen worse. I've seen it all.
Because I just think it's stupid. It's not like a grant. Like
It-
you're not
but,
getting
but my
free
thing
money.
is like this.
Like
My
that's
thing
on
is
your
like
name.
this. Like we spoke about earlier.
Right.
Once you see something, you can't unsee it.
Mm.
So now it's like from your perspective, you can't unsee and understand why people do that. But from somebody else's perspective that's hurting and don't necessarily have a lot of money, they have to do it.
No, wait. That's a different conversation. I completely understand that. I know a lot of people that are hurting, but like, in my opinion, a financially educated person would know that like, even if I'm hurting on money, taking out more money in student loans just to go use it is gonna hurt me more.
Look up the logistics. How many people do it? As I'm saying, you logically thinking because you understand financial literacy.
Yeah, but I just look at it like this. I look at it like smoking cigarettes. Like you're fucking yourself later.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I mean I understand like someone in college, they're like, yo, bro, I can have fucking 10 grand in my account. Holy shit. But it's a loan. Like that's not like I don't know. I mean
That's crazy.
maybe
bro.
I'm wrong. I just look at the concept of a loan as like that's
Yeah,
not your money.
but, people don't. They did. That's why I said people are taught not to get credit cards because it's a bad thing.
No, all I use is credit.
I know you, but I'm saying in my community, in the black community, I'm gonna tell you that now. Like, and people that I know, like they're taught like, bro, no, credit cards bad. Don't get credit cards. Don't do that.
But see, it's don't get a credit card and mismanage it.
That's what they leaving out. The reason. Have you listened to the 4 agreements?
No.
All right, I'll tell you a story from the 4 agreements. It's it's kind of hand in hand with like what we're talking about with the credit. And the reason why certain people say that is because of what they did with it, and they want them to learn from their mistakes, and they did not necessarily making the mistakes. But it's a story in the 4 agreements, and they talking about this guy and his wife. The wife was making a turkey. I think it was a turkey, right? Turkey's the one with the long legs, right? Yeah, turkey, right? And she would always cut the end off the turkey, right? And he asked his wife one Thanksgiving and said, "Why you cut the end off?" So she said, "I don't know. My mom does it, and that's how my mom taught me, right?" And they said, "Okay, we're gonna ask your mom." So they asked her mom, right? And she said she don't know. Her mom taught her, right? And luckily, her great grandmother was alive still at the time, right? And they asked her. And she said, "Oh, I only used to do it because I couldn't afford a pan that was long enough." You see what I'm saying? So it's like you see how that's passed down from generations.
Damn, that is a phenomenal story. So then you apply that same concept into financial literacy.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! You just blew my mind with that one.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
Wow.
She couldn't afford it. So that's
they're
how
over
certain
here
things are
wasting
passed.
food
Right.
for no reason.
Because that's how that was taught.
Damn. Wow.
'Cause
That's
We didn't choose to speak English.
isn't that weird?
We was taught.
Yeah, we're speaking English right now, bro. We're vibrating sounds out of our mouth.
Right. I'm saying like if we had a child was in here today, newborn, and we was speaking French, that child would speak French.
And that would be normal.
That would be normal.
Well, here's the thing. That's how I feel about Arabic. Cause like I'm Lebanese, right?
Uh-huh.
So I can understand everything, bro. Like I'm a fluent understander, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if we were in a room and shit was going down, I'd be like, yo, we gotta go. But I can't communicate the way I want to. Like I can speak Arabic. Like I can go fucking order food. I can save our life on a plane or some shit.
Wow, on a plane.
Yeah,
that was kind of racist to
myself.
you.
Yeah. I don't know.
I gotta go sit at the back of the bus too.
No,
huh?
no. No, that's fucked up. But having fun.
They
But
hate
really, I can't say everything I want to say. Like I can't speak like if I spoke to a
Right.
person who spoke Arabic fluently, they'd be like, oh, okay, he's speaking broken Arabic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can understand everything. And I was having a conversation with my mom, and she was saying it's probably just because you grew up around us, and so you understood everything, but you didn't practice speaking it.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that weird? Like you would think if you understand it, you could speak it, right? I used to ask myself that. I'm like, wait a minute, I know these words,
I
but
used to,
why can't I pull them out of my ass like I want to?
and that's funny that you say that. I used to be like, it would be like the Hispanics, and they have like it's called ESOL,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you already speak Spanish, but you got to go learn how to read and write it. I'm like, bro, don't you speak Spanish? Like, why you got to go take a class on a Spanish class and you're Hispanic and you
Right.
speak Spanish?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's kind of it's definitely weird.
So
But
you think that same concept applies to people's financial education?
yeah, it's just like it's not our faults. Some of us are just taught that way.
Damn. So I kind of want to take this back to the example you used. Well, I mean, this is kind of fucked, but we obviously don't mean this example. But you were talking about like the slaves not being able to read, right?
Right.
Do you almost think the system is designed to enslave all of us as like a class system?
All of us,
Because
not
they
just
don't
white
want people like
Yeah.
us, bro. They,
Yeah.
like you do realize that, right? Like they don't want cash.
It scared me.
They don't want
sometimes.
small business. They don't want you. They don't want people to own property, bro. The globalist agenda, right? I'm not about to become Alex Jones or anything, but really, if we're talking about the far, far perspective of like some people consider kooks and shit, but what a crazy globalist perspective is everyone lives in cities, pays rent, all our money is digital. With this COVID shit, they can lock us down at any time they want to, and everyone
Anytime.
submits. And
I hate it.
you know what I mean? But they don't want the flip side. They don't want people to own land, own property, have cash, private sale, be an entrepreneur, LLC, S corp. They don't want any of that.
But it's like, and that's why it's like it's low key. That's why they put it in reading, because a lot of people want to go through that reading to know that they can do it. You can start your own bank if you wanted to. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah,
You know,
you just need enough money though.
you don't need no money.
Kind of do, man, because banks make money off loaning people money, and the only way you can
They
loan
make-
people money is if people bring you money.
You see what I'm saying? You don't need no money. If you gave me money, I can loan it out to this person. He owed me interest until you need it back.
I know, but here's the thing. Now we're getting into like a Ponzi scheme because
All right, we ain't gonna do that. We gonna save that one. We gonna save that.
because that's
one.
how those work. And I'll give
I don't,
Des.
I don't know. If you participate in that, teach me.
No, I
I'm
listened to a
just
podcast
kidding.
about it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and actually we all did on the fucking drive back from the trip recently, where this one dude, it was like, all right, Des gives me 50 bands, and I tell him it's so funny. They said they were trading stocks, or
Oh,
Forex.
was it
Matt Cox?
No. The dude with the big Ponzi scheme. He's out of jail now.
No,
You
not.
talking Madoff?
No,
Alex Madoff.
that's stocks. That
Uh,
dude ran like 60 billion.
Bro, he
Honestly,
was
dude,
up.
his son killed himself though. But anyway, it's
He probably still rich.
honestly, bro, he fucked a lot of people over. But you know what?
He was good.
Still a smart guy.
Yeah.
This guy was like 500 million. You know.
Oh, so he was trying to play it on a lower
Yeah.
scale.
So how it would work, which is funny because it turns out the broker was actually a Ponzi scheme too. You should listen to it. It's a nice podcast. But anyway, so you give me 50 grand,
Mm-hmm.
and then fucking Ashley gives me 50 grand, right?
Mhm.
And then you come back and I'm like, yo, bro, here's your 50 and here's 15 grand on top of that. Appreciate you investing with me. Have a nice day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm banking on you being like, what the fuck? I just made XYZ return and this
Oh,
amount
I'm
of time."
giving 100
So then
back.
you give me 100. And
Yeah.
so then I pay Ashley out with your 100. And then Jacob comes. And then Ross comes.
tell their
and,
friends.
And then a man, and then it's like a fucking, and then you just have all these people's money. So what fucks a Ponzi scheme up, right? Everyone asking for their money at the same time. And that's what happens during like 2008, what happened with
Right.
COVID. That's what, because if no one's asking for their money back and they just are checking the account and it's going up and falsified
It's
banks.
a forget. You ever watch Wolf of Wall Street?
Fugazi.
Fugazi. It's all the fucking Fugazi.
Yeah, he was like, who? It doesn't exist.
He's an I watch that shit like at least once or twice a day.
That's so funny. Yeah.
It's a fucking.
He was
Hey,
like,
it makes me want to be a stockbroker. So
yeah,
bad.
he was talking about you got to start jerking off more and shit. I was like,
Hey,
doing cocaine.
They were doing a lot of drugs.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why they make drugs look cool in that?
They made it look fly, bro. It like keeps you sharp between the ears. I was like, hell no. You're a fiend.
I think that's the closest thing, like Adderall.
Well, that's meth. That's basically meth.
So
Hey, man. Hey, look. It's basically meth, bro. They're giving it to
I
kids.
heard, man. I really heard that's the case.
It's fucked. Anyway, here's the thing, man. I've actually really enjoyed this one because we've just really shot the shits and it's kind of nice. But from your perspective, all right,
Uh-huh.
what do you want to leave people with? Do you have you have a course? I know you have a course.
Yeah, but my goal is not to sell you, but that also is a sales schemes too. I just taught you that.
Right.
But
To seem like it's too exclusive, and
yeah,
then,
it's
and
too
then they want to
exclusive.
buy in.
Right. It's almost $1,500 now. Ooh, you gotta buy today only. But nah, what I would say is I want to leave y'all with is for sure follow me Des_Howard on Instagram.
Will be in the
You'll be
description.
sold there.
Yeah, it'll be in the description.
For sure. Should I just leave a key tip or should I just leave them with something?
Whatever you want to do, man. Floor is yours.
So the floor is mine. They don't want to do that. They messed up. They let it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I would say, man, like I said earlier, just don't quit. If you got any dream or anything or aspiration or goal that you want to hit, I believe in you. So go do it if no one else does. Pretty much that's the only thing you need really is to believe in yourself, man. Because I feel like all of this, like even working or entrepreneurship, or just living in this world today, is different levels of belief. And when you believe to the biggest and the highest amount, you'll achieve anything that you want, regardless of what you want. So that's me. That's my key for y'all. Love y'all. Hit me up.
Hey, man, you got to believe. Well, hey, man, just like every other time, my name is Charbel Milan. Today we got
Des Howard, man.
and this has been a time shared. Thank you so much.
Thanks.